Hi everyone, happy Sunday. We are going to start in about a minute or so. I just thought I'd log on here if anyone is watching and you want to quickly go and get yourself a pen and paper or bring up something on your laptop, whatever it is, to take some notes. We're going to spend around about 25 minutes to about half an hour, I think, going through the simple steps that you need to build a delicious food plan that not only you'll love, but one that will help you reach your weight management goals. So I'm going to start in about a minute or so. Go and grab yourself a cup of water, a cup of tea, pen and paper, and we will get started in a sec. Alrighty, so happy Sunday. I would imagine that some of you are probably out trick-or-treating with your kids. I know mine are out. That was a good excuse to get them out of the house while I did my live. Nothing worse than kids on here while you do your live. So if you're out there at the moment doing a trick-or-treat, you can watch this later. That's fine. It's probably a good thing to watch it later. You might be able to pause it as you go. Happy Halloween too. Give me a shout out below. Let us know that you're here. Pop a comment, say hi in the comments below. So tonight we are looking at how to build a deliciously yummy food plan that you are going to love, and one that will also help you reach your weight goals, whatever that may be. Whether you're putting on weight, whether you're losing weight, whether you're just wanting to build muscle, or even just build healthier habits. All right, so let's start at the beginning. What is a food plan? A food plan is a set structure of meals and food that you eat over a set period of time, which generally about a week is what we recommend. It's not counting calories every time that you put something into your mouth. Okay, it's not trying to work out how many things you can have or how much of something you can have, and then having to track every single thing that goes into your mouth. So we're trying to eliminate that process by using a food plan. It's not making things up as you go along. It is a clear map of what you're going to eat, when you might eat it, and how it's going to fit into your weight loss and your fitness journey. Lots of people ask me why I prefer a food plan as opposed to counting calories. I need to be clear straight up. A food plan is to be used on a weight loss phase. A food plan is not lifelong. Okay, you cannot eat the same foods every day, day in, day out for the rest of your life. A food plan is designed around making things easier. It's a short-term phase when you're focusing on losing body fat or gaining muscle and things like that. I like to use food plans because they take away decision fatigue. We're all busy. We make hundreds of decisions every single day, and we are mentally exhausted. Okay, and quite often deciding what's for dinner is too much trouble as it is, let alone adding into that, trying to find something healthy, trying to find something yummy, something everybody will eat, but also something that fits into our calorie balance for the day and to meet our goals. So a food plan takes away this hassle. You know what you're going to eat. You know that it's going to fit in with your health goals and your calorie balance. You know you are going to be eating healthy food that you like to eat. You know how much you can eat. You can even prepare your meals ahead of time to save yourself the hassle of doing it every single day. A food plan also teaches us correct portion size. Now that's really, really important. Straight up, a food plan makes losing weight so much easier. So how often do we change a food plan? Well, the idea of eating the same thing every day is not for everybody. It can be a great way to keep structure, to reduce your decision fatigue, and for planning, but not everybody's cut out to do that, to eat the similar things every single day. So it's not set in stone. It's an overall map, but obviously you can change how things happen. You can change it every week if you need to. If something isn't working, change it, right? If something doesn't taste good, swap it out. You can change as often as you need to, but it is best to give it a week so that you can learn to settle into your portion sizes, settle into routine, and you can get your maximum benefits from it that way. All right, what's in a food plan? Okay. Have you ever signed up to a workout or a fitness plan or a challenge and been given the food that you're going to eat? But then you find in that plan there are foods on there that you don't eat or can't eat or don't like or don't have access to. That sucks. I've done that too. I think most people I know have done that as well. It really, really sucks. But I'm sure it will help you to lose the body fat that you need to, because it's been carefully calculated with everything in it to make sure that you're going to lose weight. But it can be difficult to stick to that generic food plan, because then you have to start swapping things out for things that you do like. So you're going to swap out the things that you can't eat for something else, and then you've got to basically got to rebuild the whole plan yourself anyway, swapping in foods that you do like. Or you are more likely to give up on that food plan because you don't like what's in it. And then you've just wasted your money, and then you're not feeling really good about everything. And we don't want that. We want you feeling happy and healthy all the time. So a well-constructed food plan will have 3 things. A good balance of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, and they will change dependent on your goals. A calorie balance that is safe, that will get the results that you want and will not leave you feeling starving hungry. And number 3, it should consist of everything you would eat in a day, from your first morning coffee to the last cup of tea and yo-yo before you go to bed. It will include everything. There's no room for error and adding things on. A good food plan will have it all written in for you. In my opinion though, a really good food plan will include all the things that you love. It will only have things on there that you like. And that's why I'm hosting this video for you tonight, to help you build a food plan that you will love and therefore stick to it to achieve your weight loss goals. All right, if you've got a pen and paper, let's get started on building your food plan. All right, it might be a good time if you're watching this on replay. You can pause and go and get that if you need to. And if you are watching live but you feel like you're not catching up, that's fine. I'll give you a link at the end where you can download the steps as well, and you can go through it in your own time. So the first thing you need to do when writing a food plan is to understand where your body is at, to identify how many calories you need in order to lose weight or put on weight, whatever it is that your goal is. For the purpose of this video, we might talk about losing weight, but you know that if you're putting on weight, that's going to be your goal. So you need to find out your total daily expenditure. I'm going to pop a link below in the comments where you can find this out. You put your height and your weight, put all your data in, and then when it says the activity, I want you to hit sedentary. Because sometimes we can overestimate how much activity we're actually doing. So if we start at a base level of how much we would do if we were surviving and doing general housework and not doing any scheduled exercise every day, then that's a really good calorie balance to start at, and we should be seeing ourselves lose some weight. Okay, so if you hop down to that link below after this video, you can find out how many calories you're actually meant to be eating. On the left of that page, it will tell you how many calories you're eating per day, and this is what you are going to put as your goal on your food plan. So for example, you might pop in all your data and it says on the left hand side 1800 calories at maintenance per day. So that's going to be your goal. You're going to hit 1800 calories. The next thing I'd like you to do is split your page into 5 sections, because we're going to have 5 meals a day. Okay? Yes, 5. Not 3 meals and a few snacks. We're actually going to structure it into 5 meals a day. You can label them breakfast, lunch, snack, whatever you want. I like to label them meal 1, meal 2, and so on, because I don't actually believe that any meal should be classed as a snack. We want to remove that whole drama around snacking because that can get us into trouble. We can all eat 5 good, nutritious, filling meals every single day. So you'd split your page into 5 sections. The next step is to list all the foods that you cannot go without. Coffee, tea, cappuccinos, a biscuit with your cuppa, chocolate after dinner, ice cream after dinner if you absolutely have to, every day, that's fine. No judgment here, I love my ice cream. You need to write down as a list all the things that you have to have every single day. If you are someone who doesn't have a must-have, that's great. You don't have to do this part. I know that I'm quite happy to go without things every day, but there are lots of people who have to have something just to keep them feeling a little bit sane. That's fine. You do that. Which foods do you enjoy? So I want you to write down after you've done your must-haves, what foods is it that you enjoy? What foods do you like to eat with your family? Could you cook separate meals for yourself? Or separate meals for you and your hubby and your kids? Or do you need to eat the same things as them? So this is where you think really, really carefully about it, because often I find that this is an excuse and a little bit of a cop-out for people who are trying to make healthy choices. It's easy to make separate meals for yourself. It really, really is. But there are also ways around how to eat the same as the rest of your family and still manage to stick to your food plan. And we'll go through that in a little bit. So write down all the foods you must have if you haven't already, and all the foods that you enjoy, the ones that you love having each week, and we're going to put them into your food plan. Okay. Once you've done that, so obviously if you're watching live, you'll just note this and you'll go back later. If you're watching on replay, you can pause the video and do this as we go. Do it along with us. So the next step is to place those non-negotiables that we talked about into your food plan. So if a coffee or a cappuccino in the morning is something you can't do without, you're going to write that in meal 1, okay? If a cup of tea and a biscuit after dinner is non-negotiable, put that in meal 5, at the bottom of meal 5, what you're going to have. So a biscuit and a cup of tea. If you want a glass of wine, that goes in with the dinner section. Remembering that we are on a weight loss phase, so try and limit those to 1 or 2 because they're not overly healthy. Again, your choice. This is your food plan. So now in each of the meal sections, you're going to write down your protein source for that meal. We always prioritize protein at every single meal because protein is what is going to fill you up and keep you feeling full. Okay, that's what we want. We don't want you starving hungry. So you're going to write down a protein source in every single meal of your day. Some examples are eggs, egg whites, ham, chicken breast, tuna, Greek yogurt, steak, lamb, chicken sausages, protein powder. If you're someone who does protein powder, you can throw that in there too. Okay, so that is the first thing that goes into your food plan after your non-negotiables. The next most important thing that you're going to add in is fruits and vegetables. You don't have to do them at every single meal if you don't want to. It's preferable, but it's not always feasible. Okay, so aim for 2 meals with fruit. So that might be your morning and afternoon snacks, or even it could be your dessert. And you want 3 or 4 meals with vegetables in it. So write in all the vegetables that you like to eat and that you might have. So you might have broccoli and capsicum, you might do a salad, things like that. But what I want you to note here is that potato, pumpkin, and sweet potato are not considered vegetable sources for your meal plan. We put them in the carbohydrates section. Okay? So go ahead and list all the fruits and vegetables that you might like to have in your food plan, where you might have them in the meals. So you might have some berries with your breakfast. You might have a banana at morning tea time. You might have salad for lunch. Or you might have veggies, cooked veggies, a stir fry for dinner. So go ahead and put all those in those sections that you think you might like to eat them. The next thing we're going to add in is healthy fat sources. Things that you like to eat that contain healthy fats. Now remember, don't be scared of eating fats. Fat is not going to put you overweight. Eating fat does not equal getting fat, okay? We as women need fats in our system to balance our hormones and function properly. We cannot survive without eating fats, all right? So let's add some healthy fat sources in. Doesn't need to be heaps, but we do need to put them in there somewhere. So eggs again are a good one. Avocado, chia seeds, nuts, non-fat Greek yogurt, okay, or even, not non-fat, non-Greek yogurt, because we put the non-fat Greek yogurt in with the proteins. So yogurt, light cheese, peanut butter, other nut butters, milk. All right, they're the sorts of things that you can pop in there as a fat source. So you might pop in milk with your cereal or peanut butter on your toast, a little bit of avocado if you need to, yogurt as a morning snack. Morning meal. We're not using snacks. All right, so once you've done your healthy fat sources, the last step is to write down the carbohydrates that you want to eat. Bread, pasta, potato, sweet potato, pumpkin, quinoa, oats, crumpets, cereal. Okay, it's really important that you know cereal is a carbohydrate. Even though some of them have a high protein content, it's a carbohydrate. So put them in the spaces where you want to eat them. For example, cereal at breakfast. Unless you're like my husband who loves to eat cereal at every single meal of the day, you go for it. That's your thing. Okay, you might want to pop in some sweet potato with dinner. You might want to throw in some oats for breakfast or lunch, whatever it is. Once you've done that, we come to the time-consuming part. But this is the part that you are going to learn the most from. You need to explore the calorie balances of each of these foods. Okay? It's going to take a little while, but I can promise you that it is so worth it. To make it a little easier, check out the serving sizes of the foods you love. For example, a serving size of Weet-Bix is 2 Weet-Bix, and that has 110 calories, just for example. So you'll be able to see on the boxes and the packaging of all the foods that you eat, there's a serving size. Okay? Now just note that serving sizes are not necessarily how much you're putting into your body. You might very well be putting a lot more than that in there. So you need to know what the serving size is, and you may even need to weigh some of that food, but for now you could just put that in. So if you're weighing out muesli that you love and the serving size is 40 grams, you'll write in there 40 grams muesli and it equals 180 calories. Okay? At this point, unless you really want to get specific with your balance of proteins, carbs and fats, just focus on the calorie balance. Okay? If this is all new to you, just focus on calories. Don't worry about anything else for now. If you want more of those things, flick me a private message. I can help you understand those better. There, when we start to look at macros, which is your protein, fats and carbohydrates, that's when we're looking at people who are a little bit more active and have some different goals. Just a quick note, a serving size of meat, cooked meat, is around 100 to 120 grams when it's cooked. Sweet potato and potato is 100 grams when cooked. Fruit is a piece of fruit or a punnet of berries, 100 grams of berries. Okay, so about half a punnet. Just for a rough guide so that you can save a bit of time on that one. But go through and write down the serving size approximates for each food on your food plan and their calorie balance. Then you need to add it all up. So have a look. Let's say your daily calorie balance was 1,800 calories and you've added all the things in that you really want to eat and it comes to 2,000 calories. Okay, so we want to get that down. We need to adjust that down. At which point, the first things to go or to reduce off of your food plan You can halve the size, you can take a quarter off the size of a few things, whatever it is. It's a bit of maths involved. Take out the sugary foods and processed carbohydrates first. Don't go reducing proteins. Leave them as they are for now. Don't go reducing fats yet. Okay? If you pop a sugar in your coffee and you have 3 coffees a day, maybe you could reduce that down to half a sugar. If you take lots of milk in your coffee, maybe you could have less milk, or maybe you could switch to almond milk because almond milk has a lot less calories. If you are having 3 biscuits after dinner, maybe you could have 2 biscuits or 1 biscuit after dinner. If you're drinking some Coke every night, maybe you could switch to sugar-free Coke. Okay, have a think about some of the things that you could reduce so that your calories come down, but always start with reducing the sugary foods and the processed carbohydrates. Okay, so by processed breads, cakes, biscuits, sugars, pasta, things like that. Okay, we want to leave the natural carbohydrates in there as much as we can. That's it, guys. Once you've hit your calorie balance, that's it. You know what you need to do. So you've adjusted up and down. Perhaps if you came in a little bit under, you would increase your proteins. You definitely do not increase your sugary foods and processed carbs. Remember, we're trying to keep those down. But if you come in under your calorie balance, increase your proteins, increase your vegetables and your fruits. Okay, that's it. You have now created your very own food plan that you are going to love to eat because you designed it around the foods you and your family love. For family dinners, you can quite often just swap out the meat sources to keep everybody happy. Alright, so maybe one night you have chicken breast and veggies and salad, the next night you might have steak, or you might have some chicken sausages, or you might have a lamb roast. Okay, you can change those sorts of things out. Or you can swap sweet potato for pasta or rice. Just make sure that you know your serving sizes so that you stick to that calorie balance. You'll have to spend some time at the start in the first few weeks measuring and weighing your food. That's just the way it goes. You cannot guess what 100 grams of cooked rice is going to be. You do need to measure it out. But it's a good thing, and it's not forever. It is just until you know with absolute certainty what your portion sizes are going to be. You do learn to understand it after a while. But this process is necessary because it will actually surprise you as to how big our portion sizes are compared to what we actually should be eating. We all have portion sizes that are way out of control. So do yourself a favor, take some time to weigh and measure and make sure that you are getting things into that calorie balance that you have planned for yourself. Now, a little tip. Do not skip meals to reduce your calories. Please don't do that. I mean it, don't. Your calorie allowance is for each day and it's already at a deficit to help you reach your goals. If you eat too low, your metabolism slows down. I kid you not. You do need to keep firing that metabolism. Especially if you are someone who is on their feet every day, move, getting 10,000 steps, just on the go. You're a busy mum, maybe you've got kids that you're chasing after. You're a teacher who's on their feet every day. You're a nurse. Oh my goodness, you know how much you guys do. Okay, try not to skip a meal just for the sake of reducing the calories and getting a faster result. Don't do it. Eat the 5 meals per day and get yourself used to feeling full, okay? Try not to make your snacks snacky foods either. Try not to make those meals in between snacky foods. Make every single meal nutritious and filling. Okay, that is a lot of information. I get that. You can rewatch the video and pause it as you make your food plan. I have also put together a list where you can download yourself. I'm going to pop the link in this video at the top so you can click through and you can just have this sent straight to your email and you can follow it that way step by step. For anybody on here who is thinking that there's no way in hell I can do this myself. I don't have the time. I couldn't possibly do it. We do offer a plan for this. We can do it for you. It normally comes as part of our Inner Fit Go program, but for you lovelies in this group, I'm more than happy to make it a separate item if you feel that you want some help with it. It will be very well constructed. It will be based around your non-negotiables, around the foods that you want to eat. Okay, and especially coming into the holidays, I know that it might be a bit tricky, so we are very happy to give you a hand with that one. I've also popped a link in the description at the top if you would like one of us to help you build that. It takes a couple of days to do so. Simply click on the link and it will take you through to the page for more information on that one. If you have any questions about what you saw tonight, flick a comment below. I would love to hear from you. I would love to help answer any questions that you've got. If you want to private message me, that's fine too. I can give you a hand with some things. It looks like that sun is setting, absolutely beautiful. I hope you've had a lovely Halloween and that your kids are not coming home on a sugar high. And I also hope that you don't end up eating all of their lollies and chocolates as well and give yourself a bit of a sugar coma. As lovely as it sounds, we do have to head off to work tomorrow. Have a lovely week, everybody. Oh, I nearly forgot. We have to announce our Self-Care Sunday winner for those ladies emptying their handbags today. So that was your challenge, giving yourself a bit of a handbag clean out. It was very interesting to hear all the things that are going to be found in the bottom of your handbags. I wonder how many of you did it. There was hair ties, there was tissues, there was masks, there was cable ties in one. Very interesting. Love that. So I hope you all get a chance this week to do that if that's something you want to do. But our winner this week for Self-Care Sunday is Kathy Taylor. Congratulations, Kathy. You have got a handbag essentials pack coming your way with some goodies in it for you to pop into your nicely and newly cleaned handbag. All right, guys. Have a lovely night and a great week. Bye.